I didn't see
If you thought
all.
this highlighter video was fake, you'd be correct. When I went to highlight
Okay,
the word,
so-
I had trouble highlighting it with a special highlighter. This
God
special
dang it.
highlighter is thermochromic, meaning it changes color to become clear with heat. But no, this trick does not work for all highlighters. Here's a quick recap to help you follow before moving on.
Gotta quickly move all this animation stuff out of the way. Please don't look at the stuff. Please don't look at. Please don't look. Please don't look.
Rise in height as the tree grows. Pencil graphite and diamonds are both made of carbon. You've seen all three videos now. Pause to vote in the comments which one you thought was fake. While you think, I wanted to let you know this bonus round was taken from the example card on the back of my first ever merch item, the Two Truths and Trash Trivia Deck, with 50 new rounds. It's available now, and if you're interested in getting one for yourself or a friend, you can go to my website. Anyway, it turns out the nail placed in the trunk of a tree won't rise in height as the tree grows. Next up, round number 10. Grab a pair of scissors and some duct tape. Place the duct tape on the balloon. And now you're able to skewer through the balloon.
Alright.
Grab a candle and place it onto a wet paper
As you
towel
can see,
above the pan. Light
I
the
have
candle and
perfectly
place it on
marked
forward.
it
Press down to make sure the pan is
so that I can cut it.
Then once the candle goes out, you can pick up the entire weight of the pan.
That one's true.
If it's hot and you don't have an air conditioner, you can use your fridge to cool your room by a few degrees, but it's not recommended because you could overwork the compressor and break the fridge. You've seen all three videos now. Pause the vote in the comments which
I
one you
think
thought.
A. Is
Perfect.
If you
Mark
thought
this one.
This candle was fake, you'd be wrong. When the candle goes out, a partial vacuum is created which has enough suction to lift up a quite heavy object. An open fridge does not cool your room. Any device that creates cooling must also reject heat to satisfy the conservation principle. With an air conditioner, that heat is rejected to the outside air, meaning your room only experiences the cooling. However, a fridge is not connected to the outside, meaning it rejects that heat to the room, canceling out any effect of cooling. Combined with system losses, the fridge will actually heat you. Once again, here's a quick recap to help you follow before moving on to the next round. Here's the data where 64% got it
What
right.
about me?
Next up, round 11. Place a spoon and a fork together just like this, and use a mat to balance it on the tip of a glass. As you can see, there's nothing underneath the spoon or the fork holding it up. If you stab a Ziploc with a pencil, the hole will remain plugged until the pencil is removed. However, to prevent most of the water leaking
I
upon
knew
removal,
that.
add some of your friend's oil to the pencil and fully coat the hole. Then when you take the pencil out, the oil provides enough of a seal to prevent most of the leakage. Although if you put pressure on the bag, water will still shoot out. Grab some white flour and place into a vase with flour clears, then add a few drops of whatever kind of food dye you want. Then if you wait a few days, you'll notice that some of the petals have started to turn that color.
What?
You've seen all three videos now. Pause the vote in the comments which one you thought was fake. You actually can balance a fork and spoon like this because the center of gravity is right on the point of contact with the glass. This Ziploc bag video was fake. The clip of me pulling out the pencil was actually put in reverse. Here's a quick recap.
Wait, what?
Follow before moving on
Oh.
to the next round. And here's the data where 67% of people got it right. Now it's time for round 12. If you want to lose money even faster with scratch-off cards, rather than scratching it, you can use hand sanitizer. Then you can just wipe away the surface to reveal how close you were to winning. If I draw an arrow on a piece of paper and then place it behind a glass bottle of water, you'll notice that the arrow flips in direction when you look through the glass.
That one's
Submerge it in
true.
a large container of salt and let it soak in the refrigerator for at least 24 hours.
That looks
After
like
that time has passed, you take
square
out the
egg, but
Notice how
big.
the outer shell was dissolved by the salt, leaving only a thin elastic coat on the egg. This makes the egg somewhat bouncy.
That one's
knew
fake.
You've seen all three
I
videos.
knew that wasn't
It's
It's an egg. Jeez.
Did you notice the jump cut in this clip? No? Well, that's because there wasn't one, and it's real. Turns out salt does not react to an egg like this. To make the squishy egg, I soaked a portion of the egg in vinegar for a few days. Then I placed that egg in the salt. Here's a quick recap to help you follow before moving on to the next round, and here's the video where 77% of people got it right. Next up, round 15. If you dip an Oreo in milk for about 10 seconds, this is sped up, it will get very soggy and mushy. However, if you dip the Oreo in chocolate milk for a similar amount of time, it won't get soggy and you can still hear a crunch when I break it apart.
That's
It's
true.
no secret that different elements emit
'Cause I
different
heard
wavelengths
the
of light.
crunch.
Did you know that
Yeah,
some
but it will
objects
still get
contain
soggy.
Sodium chloride, which burns bright green. Squirt a decent amount of solution onto a hot fire, and then be patient as you wait for an epic burst of green.
I already said that's true because like the only place that's true
That moves your
that
toothpaste
is
quickly
true
back into the shape of
is
a star. Then sit back and watch the toothpick move into a bigger.
When
There's no stop motion here. They do it
Like-
all by themselves. You've seen
The
all three
only part
videos.
that was
Pause the book
true
and comments which one you thought was fake.
was
Turns out it's
the
true that
crunch.
Oreos don't get soggy in chocolate milk. The secret has to do with emulsifiers that keep the chocolate evenly mixed in the milk.
Wait,
These
what?
emulsifiers prevent the Oreos from getting soggy. In
Wait.
addition, the toothpick one is real too. Water causes the
I
toothpicks
knew it.
to
I
expand,
knew it.
which
I
explains why they
knew
contract their
the
muscles
first
here
one
into a
was
larger
right.
star. That means the contact solution video is fake. While I was reading the label,
I didn't see the
tossing a
contact
campfire
solution
back into the fire,
one,
which contains the
so I
elements
didn't
that
know.
create these beautiful looking flames. Here's a quick recap to help you follow before moving on to the next round, and here's the data where only 21% of people got it right, although this one was a bit unfair because I learned that it doesn't work for all chocolate milk. Now it's time for round 14. These sonic toothbrushes vibrate at around 517 Hz, which corresponds to a wavelength of about 1 amp. So as the vibrations deflect the metal tray, the sprinkles will accumulate in the troughs and avoid the cracks. Pour a thin layer of milk onto a plate and add a few drops of food dye. Then, if you drop soap in the middle, the food dye shoots away from the center. I'm definitely not blowing.
That's true.
Dandelions are
That
hydrophobic, which means they
looks like
repel
it
the
was
water when it bunches up. However, if instead of water I use acetone, I can easily dip the dandelion in and it stays straight. You've seen all three videos. Pause the vote in the comments which one you thought was fake. As much as we all wanted this
That one's
video
reversed.
to be true, it's unfortunately fake. The whole video was put in reverse. Here's a quick recap to help you follow before moving on to the next round, and here's the data where 84% of participants got it right. Next up, round 15.
It looks real, but it's in
These are
reverse.
special water-proof matches. Rather than conventional combustion, they use a similar reaction to that of grease fires, which you should never pour water on. As you can see here, pouring water onto this match does nothing to stop the fire from burning. The match is completely submerged beneath the water, but doesn't go out until it runs out of fuel. If you take a slinky and drop it while it's in tension, you'll notice that the bottom of the slinky doesn't start falling until the rest of the slinky catches up. If you blow
That's
out a
true.
candle, you can light it from above by lighting a stream of unburned wax vapor that propagates the flame back to the wick. You've seen all three videos now. Pause the vote in the comments which one you thought. This cool slinky phenomenon is 100% real, and you actually can relight a candle using its unburned wax vapor. Here's an additional slow-mo just because it's cool. None of what I said about this match was true.
I
I
knew
just
it!
finished filling the container up and lighting the match in 2 separate shots and overlaid them, changing the opacity of one of them. Here's a quick recap to help you follow before moving on to the next round, and here's the data where 77% of people got it right. Next up, round 60. If you statically charge a comb by rubbing it on your hair, you can attract the water coming out of a faucet and cause it to curve towards the comb.
I'm pretty sure that might be fake.
Ping pong ball and a hairdryer stream will
That's
experience
true.
equal pressure on all
Yes,
sides, allowing the ping pong ball
is
to
true.
remain rough and stagnant in the hairdryer stream. This works no matter what angle the hairdryer blows on. After spinning a raw egg, abruptly stop it, but then release your finger. The
That's
egg will
true.
continue to spin. Here's a slow motion for additional proof.
So that
You've seen all three videos now. Pause the vote in the comments
first
which
one
you thought was fake.
isn't.
Statically charged film does attract water from the faucet. When
Okay.
you stop the outer shell of the egg, the yolk is still moving inside. When you release it, the egg does start moving. That means this one's fake. The ping pong ball does actually float above the hairdryer, but only when it's pushing from below, or slightly from the side. This only works because it's opposed to gravity. When you put the hairdryer above, it does not work at all. Here's a quick recap to help you follow before moving on to the next round, and here's the data where 76% of people got it right. Now it's time for round 17. If you place a ping pong ball in a full glass bottle of water, the ping pong ball will act like a cap for the bottle, to prevent most of the water from spilling out, even when the bottle is turned upside down. Only a few drops leak, and the overall experiment is even stable.
I'm pretty sure that one's true.
A regular piece of string has a difficult time picking up a block of ice from above, but if you pour a bit of salt at the contact point of the string and the ice, and wait about 30 seconds to a minute, you can now pick up the ice.
Only
If you place a
one
battery
got
at close
stuck to
conductors
it.
around a magnetic coin, the current induces a magnetic field that causes the coin to at first vibrate.
This is fake. This is reversed.
You've seen all three videos now. Pause the vote in the comments which one you thought was fake. The salt helps melt the ice cube and then it refreezes.
Alrighty,
with the
so,
spring, this one is 100% real. Hopefully you all realize that this one was fake. The utensils don't even complete the circuit, and the whole thing was actually put in reverse.
Okay, so
As a quick
in the count
recap,
of
though, if all of
3,
them are moving on to the
2,
next
and
round,
1,
here's the data
then
where
like in
80%
the
of
count of
people got
3,
right.
this should
Next
start
up, round
moving.
18.
So
If
3,
you allow a strip of
2,
aluminum foil to rotate
1.
freely, push some eggshells into a fine powder. I decided to use a blender because it worked better.